Hello and welcome, this is James Taylor from number 1 Harley Street in London. I'm a hypnotherapist, a life coach and a counsellor. This is a follow-on video to my previous YouTube upload, which was called How to Save Money Every Week. I will put a link in the description both above and below to give you an idea of where to find that previous video. Now what you can see on the screen at the moment is a visible representation of what that would look like. So now we're in week 7 of 2019. So this week, £7, $7, €7 would go into the pot that you're saving in. Next week, it'll be £8 or €8 or $8 you put in, which would make it up to $36 or pounds or whatever your currency is. Now this is going to be a different concept on how to save money. And instead of my face that is normally on these videos, there's going to be a number of slides and we'll go through them stage by stage just to explain how this works. Now wouldn't it be great to be able to save money? Many people do not know how to do this, and that's a shame, because wouldn't it be good if we went to school and we were shown how to save money and we became so good at that we almost gained a diploma or a master's in how to do so? But sadly, sometimes the ways seem a little bit top secret and there's almost like a no entry sign on there where you can't come in, we're not going to show you how to do it. So I don't like that idea, so let's change that right now. Now there is a reason that the taxman will never be broke. And that's because before you get paid and before the money lands in your bank account, the taxman has already taken his share. So we're going to employ something or try something in a similar way. Now to change this, you have to do something you may never have done before. And that way is you have to pay yourself first. Now that may seem a bit of a strange idea to how dare you consider paying yourself before everyone else gets theirs. But this system works. And this is how you go about it. Now let's first imagine that what lands in your account after the tax has been paid is 100%. And by that, I mean the tax is already gone. This is what's left for you to do with as you will. Now, what I would suggest you do is, when that money lands in your account, divide it by 10. So this would look like this. So this is the bag that represents what's landed in your account after tax. Let's divide that by 10. Now all these bags represent 10%. Every single one, and of course together, there's 10 of them together, it would make 100% that's landed in your account. Now, you need to move one bag immediately to a separate account, and then this will leave you 9 bags. Now, this is the difficult part, and I make no excuses for this at all. You have to make the 9 bags that you have left in your account, you have to make them last until you get paid again. Now this is going to be hard, for some at least. And this may mean that you have to do without certain things, or you need to cut back, because now you've only got 90% instead of the 100%. But it is of the utmost importance that you do not dip into this bag that you have moved into a separate account. And this is where you do things differently. Now, a few of you may be thinking, well, 90% is simply not enough to get me through the month. I need the 100% to survive. I've got bills to pay and credit cards and loans and finances and this kind of thing. But to get a change in your finances, you have to take charge of them. You simply do. And to take charge of them, you have to do something different than you are already doing. Now, this first month is going to be hard, as you've never done this before. And by this I mean getting by on 90% instead of the 100%. And you may struggle. And some of you listening to this may decide not to do this. You may decide that this is not a viable option for you. However, if you do not take charge now, this time next year, the cost of living is likely to have gone up, but there is no guarantee that your wages will have risen accordingly. So this time next year, you may have to make your money go further. So it's time to act right now. So let's suppose that you manage to get through this first month on 90% only. You now have to repeat this again and again, each and every month. And as you do so, you will become accustomed to working with 90% and things will get easier. But what will happen is your savings will start to look like this. Now in the first month, each bag represents 10%. So in the first month, you will have 10% sitting there. In the second month, you will have 2 bags of 10%. In the third month, 3 bags, and so on and so forth. And each and every month, your savings will grow by 10%. And your savings will start to look a little bit like this. Now, depending on your financial situation, you may find that you're able to save 15 or even 20% a month. But if that's too much, something is better than nothing. But do your very best to make it at least 10%. Now, some of you may be wondering, well, what will I do with my savings? Well, that's a very good question. And there are a few options. You could perhaps use it to save for an event, such as a holiday. Or perhaps have it as a rainy day fund. Or you may pay for a course that you've always wanted to do. Or perhaps you might use it to invest in yourself. Ideally, you want your 10%, the bags, to be like little magnets. And you send them out, and they, because they're magnets, attract other little bags. And when your 10% bags come back to you, they've come back with friends of a similar ilk, should we say. Now in the next video that I'm going to upload, I'm going to show you how to magnetize your 10% bags. And there's an old proverb that says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time to plant a tree is now. So what are you going to do? So as I say, my next video will be on a way you could use your 10% to grow your income. And it really is how the wealthy become wealthy and then they stay wealthy. So don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and you'll be notified when I upload the next video. So I'll see you next time. My very best wishes. This is James Taylor. Bye bye.